First speaker for this afternoon, we have Mr. Rogelio Joshua Catbagan III, Instructor 1 from Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State University, MLUC campus.
Our next speaker for today will be discussing the topic how GoodNewsPilipinas.com became the Philippines' #1 website for good news. She is a dynamic online media professional, marking her 10th year of leading GoodNewsPilipinas.com to become the #1 website for positive news in the Philippines and 13th globally. Under her leadership, the site earned the prestigious Gold Anvil Award for Best Publication this year, celebrating impactful storytelling. She also received the Lasallian Scholarium Award for Outstanding Feature Story, solidifying her reputation as an inspiring storyteller. For 14 years, our speaker has shared her passion for digital media as a guest lecturer in multimedia journalism at De La Salle University Dasmariñas. Under her stewardship, GoodNewsPilipinas.com evolved into a daily publication, expanded its social media presence, launched a YouTube channel and a campus radio show, and shifted to online radio streaming during the pandemic. Despite financial challenges, our speaker's visionary leadership turned the purely advocacy-driven website into a sought-after platform, attracting event coverage opportunities and partnerships with leading companies. Today, she will share this journey, offering invaluable insights into building meaningful and sustainable digital media initiatives. Our speaker finished her Bachelor of Arts in Broadcasting from the University of the Philippines, Diliman. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ms. Angie Cuadra Balibay.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Let me just make this sharing happen. Okay. Maraming salamat po, MC Tony, Direct Alex, and Sir Joshua sa napakagandang introduction. At before we get into my prepared talk, I wanted to take a moment to address a pressing issue. Everyone knows that our kababayans affected by Typhoon Christine are in crisis, and this severe storm has left behind a trail of destruction, causing the loss of lives and property across the Philippine archipelago. It exposed gaps in governance and environmental stewardship. During times like this, it's precisely times like this that many ask us, is there still good news coming out of the Philippines? What do you think? You can type in the Q&A chat or comment in the Q&A room. In Good News Filipinas, we say the answer is yes. Even in the midst of adversity, there are stories of resilience, hope, and recovery, and that's a role online publications like GoodNewsPilipinas.com aim to play.
News Pilipinas.
Good 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 News Pilipinas.
GoodNewsPilipinas.com.
What's your advice for the people who aspire to be like you?
Oh, dedication, passion, and love.
Had faith to God and work hard, discipline.
This is Ernel Pineda, and I'm a Filipino pride advocate.
On Good News Pilipinas TV.
Let's celebrate
Ang galing ng Pilipino.
Yay! Muli magandang araw po sa Eduk Circle, and it's great to be here with such passionate people now, students, educators, and future leaders of today. Binagyo na, pero nandito pa rin, gusto pa rin matuto, gusto pa rin magturo. Kaya wagi-wagi po tayong lahat. Kaya palakpakan ng sarili, nasaan man kayo, sa Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, at kahit nasa ibang bansa. palakpakan po ang sarili natin. Ang galing-galing po. As I speak to you from my home in storm-ravaged Cavite, I want to ask, ilan sa inyo ang naniniwala na ang bawat Pilipino ay may kwentong worth sharing? Raise your actual hand or virtual hand. Thank you. I see you, Alvin, Colleen, Raymond. Maraming salamat. Carlo, yan, sisipag. Galit lang mga kabataan. No? Go, virtual hand sila. Maraming salamat. So, if you think the world should see more of the good news about us, Filipinos, that's what I'm here for today, sharing from experience how an online publication like goodnewspilipinas.com can deliver stories that uplift and inspire. Maraming salamat sa pag-raise ng mga hand. We'll get to you later. At this point, I'd like to introduce myself. Yeah. Ako po si Angie Cuadra Balibay, ang managing editor ng goodnewspilipinas.com and your guide in this afternoon session through positive online truth-telling. Diba? Positive online truth-telling. For 10 years, I've worked with goodnewspilipinas.com and witnessed it rise as the #1 platform for good news in the Philippines. And just this year, we earned the Gold Anvil Award for Best Publication. I also had the privilege to receive the LaSalle Scholarium Award. I heard the LSU Manila people are here. So, Ray, maraming salamat sa inyo. Thank you for that. The recognition for outstanding feature story for my article about martial law heroes of peace. All these have fueled my belief that every story can inspire and can inspire change. Do you agree? Every story can inspire change. If you agree, use your comment Q&A section. Comment kayo dyan. Mag-react kayo. Violent reaction. Agree, disagree. Bukas yan dyan. And we'll get to you. I'll answer as much as I can later. Yan. I see. Ayun, may nagsusulat na. Maraming salamat. Thank you. I'll get back to that later. So, I need to put on my teacher hat. Sabi nga kanina ni Sir Joshua, no? I've taught in the university before. So, when Director Alex Baltazar asked me, sabi niya online publication, sabi ko, sanay ako dyan. Sige, let's talk online publication. So, putting on my teacher hat, together with my experience with goodnewspilipinas.com, I know for a fact that online news publications like goodnewspilipinas.com can offer unique advantages over traditional media. Pasintabi na lang sa mga kasama ko sa media. I know this. I know this myself because I worked in print, TV, radio, and then taught media in universities before transitioning to my current role as an editor of an online publication. Yeah, pause down. I know, I've revealed my age. Online news plays a critical role in today's fast-paced digital world. Key features of an online publication include, pinag-aralan nyo to, but let's just recap, immediacy. Sabi nga dyan. In the online world, the deadline is now. It's not when it's happening. So it's not 4 p.m. later to make the 6 o'clock news, so on and so forth. Whenever an event is happening that's of newsworthy status, it has to be online already. Multimedia integration. Ayan, alam niya, sabi nga ni Ivan Mayrina kanina umaga, di ba? Integrated news na sila. Dahil na rin sa karanasan sa pandemic when all media organizations were forced to go online and nag-converge na lahat ng nakuha nyo sa iba-ibang media platform, di ba? So, because of this integration, everything, all the elements from different news media platforms, nakukuha mo na siya online. You read it, you listen to it, you view it, you interact with your audience. Nandiyan na lahat. Global reach. Yeah, bragging rights kami. So, goodnewspilipinas.com currently reaches about 119 countries. And basically, wherever there are Filipinos, in the Filipino diaspora, we are there. And audience interaction. Ayan. The majority part, I have to share this with you. The majority part of Good News Filipinas news research is sourced online. Majority, because we do go out when we can and when we deem it dapat puntahan yung event or yung pangyayari. We can actually interview sources via chat, email, video call. We can find documents and paper trails that provide details for the story. Hindi po katulad noon, and again, I'm, aging myself here, age reveal. Noon, napupunta ka pa sa morgue ng news organization para makuha mo yung mga backstories, di ba? O kaya you have to go through hours of traffic and going around to get to your source and talk to them and find the information. So what the online platform did is enable the public to stay informed and connected instantly, because the news gatherers and journalists were able to get it there on the platform on time. And this is especially critical during emergencies like Typhoon Christine, di ba? So goodnewsfilipinas.com has been trying to exemplify these attributes by leveraging technology to amplify inspiring Filipino stories worldwide. Pasensya na po sa mahabang kwento. As I said, the teacher in me is waving. So, moving on. Pang bragging rights yata ito. Okay. Sige. Mag-brag na lang ng konti. Just so you know where I'm coming from. So, let me share how goodnewsfilipinas.com transformed into the Philippines' #1 website for good news. So, it was launched in 2006 as a weekly online publication. What happened then was Rico Hizon, who was still with BBC News, was asking his fellow journalists in the Philippines about where to get good news stories that he can feature on his news programs. And so the answer of his fellow Filipino friends was to put together a website that would pull together the stories that did not make it in the cuts of their own newsroom. So doon nakarating. So it was an advocacy website na donated lang yung mga stories, mga articles, nandun siya. And 2014, incidentally, when I joined Good News Filipinas, it shifted to a daily publication. We started using social media to redistribute the stories, and we were particularly focused on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, the top popular media at that point. In 2018, we started Good News Filipinas TV on YouTube. Now, what happened here is that because of the videos, the brand awareness for goodnewsfilipinas.com spread in the industry and expanded our audience, and we were very happy about that. But then came the pandemic, so we had to put a halt to most of that activity. But in 2022, as the pandemic was, about to wane, we joined the Google News Initiative growth program for small and medium scale news organizations, and they helped us plot our direction towards sustainability and become bigger, the growth program. It's also the year when TikTok, it's the election year, di ba? So TikTok was had a reputation of a lot of not real news. So TikTok approached us and asked us to join them as a content creator for hashtag Good News on TikTok, which we tried for a bit. We tried for a time. And then in 2024, earlier this year, as CNN Philippines closed down, we welcomed Rico Hizon as our chief editor. He's our editor-in-chief, and he's bringing his global expertise in broadcast news to the platform. Good News Filipinas is Rico Hizon's current only news personality, because he has moved on to work in the corporate section. Now, I have to ask this, and I have to ask you, who among you have heard of Rico Hizon? Please answer in the Q&A. Say, me, I'm from this school. I know Rico Hizon. Ganyan. I'm asking this. Yan. Thank you for raising your hand, Narisa. You know Rico. Sige, pwede kayo mag-virtual raise ng hand. Thank you very much. Thank you. Kasi when si Rico and I, Alvin, thank you, were discussing it with the team, sabi niya, the only people who recognize him are people in their 50s or 60s or even 70s and 80s. So we said, hindi, kasi Rico Hizon is part, a name that comes into play when we discuss it in schools, di ba? In media and communication. So, kailangan kong maglagay kayo ng raise ng hand o kayo mag-chat, tapos screenshot ko yan. Para sabihin ko, proof, the young people know you, di ba? So, salamat po sa magre-raise ng hand, Mark, Daniel, maraming salamat. At sa mga nagko-comment, meron na ba? Yan, maraming salamat po. Okay, the Good News Pilipinas journey reflects how online news platforms can grow by constantly adapting to changing technologies and reader behavior. And you can see how we've evolved there. So today, Good News Pilipinas is proudly ranked as the #1 good news site in the Philippines. And we picked at 13 globally on FeedSpot. So I have another question. Parang dapat meron bang pabuya pag sinasagot. Has anyone here experienced a turning point that made all the difference in your life? Di ba, ano? Relasyon ba yan? Pag-aaral ba yan? You know, turning point na it actually made a difference in your life. Yan. Thank you, Jade, sa pagtaas ng kamay. Maraming salamat. Derisa, sipag, no? Mark, Daniel, thank you again for raising your hand. Thank you. Ginawa namin yung turning point na yon, and that's exactly what these milestones that you see on the screen were for us. Thank you for the appreciation. Now, so you might ask, and even if you don't ask, I will tell you how did we get here? How did we get into that milestone? So the advocacy that propelled the website 18 years ago remains the same today. We continue to inspire pride in Filipino achievements through our news and features on diverse sectors and topics such as education, business, and cultural milestones, which are, by the way, our 3 hottest topics that gain a lot of traction on our site. And for example, I'll give you 3 examples lang. A story about the Pasig City supporting their students with this. You know, this story became viral on our site. People loved it, you know, a city providing allowances, school supplies, and food packs to their students was such a big story. We also had a lot of traction for the University of the Philippines. A student na experiment was sent to the International Space Station, or INADAPTON. It was we were huge on that also. And of course, even more recently, who doesn't know the Lumpia Queen? Abby Marquez. You know, she got Webby Awards. She had a few more awards after that. And she brought the Filipino food heightened exposure on the global stage. These kinds of stories particularly show how Good News Pilipinas is committed to shifting the narrative by amplifying positive Filipino contributions. And these are not PR. These are stories that we sourced originally and not paid for. I had to make that clear. Now, so again, how many of you have seen a good news story that changed your mood or gave you hope? Whether it's a video, an article, post, a meme, basta good vibe siya. Raise your hands again. I see 1, 2 hands, 3 hands. Angeline, thank you. Jamie, May. Ayan, di ba? Totoo naman, di ba? Like, you see a good post, a good quote, a good meme, a good card, a good video. Talaga namang taas talaga yung yung mood mo. And imagine, Earl, thank you. Imagine, Earl, if that is happening every single day on a global platform for Filipinos, di ba? Ni Risa, waging-wagi pag gano'n, di ba? So, moving on. May breaking news story tayo. Ano ba to? Okay. So may breaking story tayo. Okay. We have an exciting update later in this presentation towards the end, about a few more slides left. I'll introduce you to GNP Academy. It's a student mentoring and internship program. And through GNP Academy, students will have opportunities to learn news writing, social media management, website administration, online marketing from the Philippines' #1 website for good news, di ba? Award-winning pa. So we're opening that. Again, this is free. It's just part of our paying back for the support. Stay with me to learn more about this towards the end. Yeah, so I'm putting on my teacher hat back on. Ulit ano. Okay, features of a successful online publication or particularly an online news publication. Pwede siguro any publication. Pwede yan, okay. To succeed, an online publication must focus on a few essential elements. Yeah. Breaking news culture. Yeah, for example, that during the Olympics, the Good News Pilipinas team, sumasabay siya sa time frame ng Paris. We were awake early in the morning or late at night, and still awake within the day. Kasi we knew our audience wanted the results, wanted the changing schedules, wanted to see how our medal hunt was going. So we devoted our time for that, and it was breaking. And you have to embrace this. If you go online for your news work, you have to be accepting that the breaking news culture will require that you prepare to be covered news and updates when it's happening. There's another example. This is more recent, a day ago. Yeah, a day ago, a couple of days ago. So we do multimedia storytelling then. We use videos, images, and audio to tell richer stories. And we make sure, you get engaged and the stories appeal to you more because we think, like, for example, the most influential Filipino Americans, at hindi lang to si Olivia Rodrigo, no? We love her for embracing her being Filipino. But there's 75 people on this list that came out from Hollywood, and they're not all celebrities. Teachers, health professionals, entrepreneurs, businessmen, gano'n. Saya niya, ang saya ng kwento niya. And of course, yun, kailangan nga may mga video. No? So our articles, if you go to the website, may mga inserts na mga videos siya, may insert mga social media posts and more images. We try to do that to give the readers what they want because our reader-centered design provides easy navigation for them. Pakicheck daw, goodnewspilipinas.com. If it's easy to navigate it, you may search functionality, may engaging visuals then. Of course, there's community engagement dapat on your site. You can do polls or live chats, comment sections, even on your social media, and readers become part of the news process. At goodnewspilipinas.com, we apply these principles to ensure we deliver timely, inspiring content to a global audience. Ayan. Dahil sabi ko, tingnan nyo yung goodnewspilipinas.com. Kung may data kayo o nasa bahay kayo, may wifi, it's easy for you. Open a tab, gano'n. Tingnan nyo siya, goodnewspilipinas.com. Kung makikita nyo po yan sa GNP, kahit po yung tagumpay ng isang bata na nakakuha ng scholarship, ginagawa naming headline. And why not? Little victories and big victories are still wins for all of us. And in fact, our stories about such getting scholarships overseas, ang laki ng traction on our side. Now, why do we keep doing this? Why does the team keep doing this? Well, the impact of Good News Pilipinas. That's the reason we're still here. It's not just about dishing out the news kasi may real impact kaming na-measure. In a media landscape po, dominated by negativity, positive news plays a crucial role in boosting morale and inspiring action. Both types of content naman, I must say, have their own role in society. We need hard news, critical news, exposing the ills of society. We need that. So people can make informed decisions about their lives and can be spurred to act on finding or calling for resolutions for them. But as far as what Good News Pilipinas is doing, we focus on Filipino triumphs, kahit small victories or international achievements pa yan, we foster a sense of pride and belief in our readers that the Filipino can prevail over challenges. Now, to tell you that Good News Pilipinas is not just a news site. Yeah, it's a community builder. For example, after we feature the Filipino students being accepted into overseas universities, readers stepped up to offer support, and we were very happy with that. Parents, cousins, friends, and even the scholars themselves contacted us and to say thanks that they actually help our articles, our posts, help them get to where they are now. So years later, we checked up on them and they're really there. They got into the university they want to go to and they're still thankful. And we're very thankful about such impactful stories. Mga ganyan. The stories we publish, we have to say, have a ripple effect. Ganyan. So we publish it and it takes, a life on its own. Nakakatulong kasi siya. Sa pagiging community builder ng Good News Pilipinas, it inspires the team also to keep going. As it inspires people to take action, uplift others, and celebrate Filipino excellence. Our good news isn't just about reporting, it's about creating real, tangible change. Positive news isn't just about feel-good moments. It builds a narrative of hope that motivates people to continue nation building or to contribute to nation building. Imagine lang, if each of you here, each of the 200 plus people in the room could share one inspiring story that changes someone's life today. Imagine that. What story would that be? May vlogging contest kayo mamaya, dapat mabilis kayo, quick on your feet. News people have to be quick on their feet. So sulat na po sa Q&A. What's that one story that you think or topic that you think can possibly impact or change someone's life today? Ilagay nyo yan dyan. Kahit na ini-imagine pala a story about something. Ganyan. Isip-isip as I'm going around. Type. Kita kami ka-type ba? Type kayo sa Q&A. Halagay pa yan sa button. Q&A. Sulat nyo dyan. Okay, so, hindi naman po all process ang aming daanan, of course, because, life is about challenges and overcoming challenges. And the same has been true for goodnewspilipinas.com. So like any other media platform, we face challenges, and particularly sustainability being one of the biggest. Kasi initially, 18 years ago, reliant siya sa donations. Talent donation, article donation, a little bit of money here and there to maintain the website and get the domain name, etc., etc. Puro donated yan. Hindi siya investment, hindi bumabalik sa mga nagbibigay. So we had to find a way to grow while maintaining this advocacy of being free from business interest, which is usually the problem of media. So freed from business interest, advocacy website pa rin, but we needed to grow to be more sustainable. So how did we grow during challenges, especially through the pandemic? Here's what worked for us. We focus on the niche. So our superpower is focusing on positive news. Yun ang superpower namin sa media world full of negativity. Number 2, strategic use of digital platforms. So we accepted the challenge of TikTok. We accepted the challenge of YouTube, and that brought our brand strides across the industry into audiences. Number 3, collaboration. So as you see in the picture, we've collaborated with small and medium enterprises, trade fairs. We covered cultural events. Ganun. So lumalabas din kami. Pero piling-pili talaga. Lumalabas din kami. A lot of it would be online coverage para kaming pandemic is forever. Ganyan. But when we do, we make it count. Kasi yung mga partnerships namin with schools, with brands, are really nagiging common success, ganyan, para sa isa't isa. Adaptability, we shifted, number 3 na yun, tama. We shifted to fully remote work during the pandemic. Kasi just before the pandemic, we were producing videos na for YouTube, di ba? But when we shifted during the pandemic, it wasn't as hard for us as our fellow journalists kasi we were sanay na. Our website administrator, even before, was merong nasa Australia, merong nasa Marikina. Our writers were spread across the country and even outside the country because we have contributors in New Zealand, in Canada, in US. Tapos, ako mismo, based din ako sa Cavite. So, rare din sa akin ng lumabas. So, but without missing a beat kami noon. So, yung pandemic wasn't such a bad time for us. Number 4, crowdsourcing stories. Ito, gusto ko to. We invite Filipinos everywhere to contribute stories of their triumphs and whatever they're doing. And it's been a happy mix of stories on Good News Pilipinas. So now, kulit ako magtanong, no? Ito pa ulit. Who among you here has had to pivot and find new... taas kamay. Jade, ang bilis mong taas ng kamay, Jade Chloe. You had to pivot, find new ways to succeed in what? In your relationships, in your studies, para sa mga educators natin, in your work, you know. Scolene, yes, tama. Thank you. We did that too. And it was, you know, as you can see, it was worth it for us. Happy kami. And happy rin kayo. Okay, as promised, yan na po yan. That's one of our most exciting recent initiatives, introducing the GNP Academy. It's our way of giving back to students, just like many of you here today. We started mentoring students just before the pandemic in news gathering, news article writing, and television production, and even radio production. Through the pandemic, we shifted to almost nearly purely social media content creation and news writing still. And even now, working with students from universities such as the following. Okay? Shout out now. Pag narinig nyo yung school nyo, i-type nyo dun sa Q&A o sa chat room, that's my school. Sabihin mo, school mo, that's my school. Kasi nakita ko yung mga names nyo. Names lang purely, no? Hindi nilagay ko anong school kayo. So para dapat may represent. So we have worked with the University of the Philippines, Diliman. Meron bang rep? University of the Philippines, Manila. Polytechnic University of the Philippines. O yan. Tama. Lumalaban ang aking presentation. We also worked with De La Salle University, Manila. Siyempre, nandiyan kayo, no? Binanggit kayo kanina. De La Salle University, Dasmariñas. Hindi ko yata narinig. Are they here? La Consolacion College, Manila. Philippine Christian University, Dasmariñas. You know, that's my school. Say it, say it. Oh, Amor! Teacher! Teacher Amor, my former student who's now, you know, a colleague teacher na. Hello, dalawang estudyante mo. Pengi ulit ng interns, And Cavite State University. You know, we had fun working with the students who all were very open to learning more things outside school. And we love the idea so much that we put together of completing the GNP Academy experience. So what we're doing right now is expanding the internship or mentorship program to include not only news reporting, meron na rin kaming social media management and website development and administration and online marketing. Yeah. So basically, digital solutions all online, and that's our forte. And we're willing to share that legacy with everyone. Yan. Kayo pa lang ang unang nakarinig niyan kasi parang first announcement namin ng bongga. Although we tried that na in the past, working with few schools, but this is our first official announcement that this is happening now. Whether you're interested in content creation or media strategy, GNP Academy is here to guide you, providing the skills needed to thrive in today's media landscape. So at this moment, I want to invite all of you to join the GNP Academy. Imagine behind that bragging right, Philippines' #1 and award-winning publication, a team passionate about uplifting Filipino stories across the globe. And, my teammates are here. JC Santos and Atom Cornell are in the room, and they're covering the event of Eduk Circle for our pages also. Our mentorship program is now open for students who want to grow in areas like digital journalism, social media strategy, website development, and marketing. O, ayan. So, ganyan po ang kailangan yung scan. That QR code will direct you to a Google form that will ask you to input some information so we can get back to you. Ayan. Scan. Scan. Kopya. Yeah. You can start scanning the QR code on the screen, and we'll be in touch super soon. So today, I hope you've been in how digital media can be a force for good. Kung kaya namin gawin to na nagsimula lang kami na maliit na grupo lang at lumaki siya bilang mag-iisang impactful award-winning website, kaya nyo rin pong gawin yan. Anyone can do it as long as you have like a blueprint to get there and you have the passion to make it happen. So as I wrap up, here's what I want you to take away. Every story has power, especially the good ones. Whether you're a student, an educator, or a content creator, know that you can contribute to building a better narrative for the Philippines. My challenge to you, one last challenge and question to you. Start sharing good news. Build your platforms. Let the world know mabuti at mahusay ang mga Pilipino, because thought is creative. If we do that together, we'll create a ripple effect that transforms our nation. So don't forget to sign up for the GNP Academy and follow our journey on goodnewspilipinas.com and our social media platforms. We're here to make every Filipino proud. That's our tagline. And we can't wait for you to be part of this movement. Scan the QR code. Scan the QR code para akong YouTuber. On the screen and sign up. We look forward to working with you eventually. Maraming salamat po, Eduk Circle. Mabuhay ang Pilipino. I will now take questions and look at your questions and comments at the Q&A. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat. Thank you so much, Miss Angie Quadra Balibay. And at this point, may I ask our panelists to turn on their cameras and microphones, and we will start with our Q&A. We will have our Q&A now. And we will start with Ms. Marienne Portal, Program Coordinator, AB Communication from University of Perpetual Help System, Daltac, Calamba.
Good afternoon.
Hello
I
po.
hope I am audible. Good afternoon, Ms. Balibay, Ms. Tony. My question is, Ms. Balibay, just as you opened your presentation earlier, we are all aware that the country has, it recently faced adversity with the onslaught of Typhoon Christine. Grabe. Just to simply help uplift the spirits of the people attending this conference, the students as well as the teachers, the professors, I'd like to ask for you personally, what's the most inspiring story you've featured recently on Good News Pilipinas?
Recently? Wow. Ganyan, no? So, ang dami kasing pagpipilian, ano? I would say there's the fresh after the Olympics, merong Filipino-American youngster na pumunta ng Pilipinas to try out for the Philippine national swimming team. And we had a chance to speak with him over Zoom, Atom and I, and interviewed him. Um, it was just so amazing. You know, he's in America and he's on his way to be a freshman student studying neuropsychology. Ba yan? Neuropsychology. Then, magiging surgeon siya. So, it's having to do with brain. Ganong klase, magiging doktor siya. But he came to the Philippines and tried out for the national swimming team. Kasi, ang sabi niya, gusto niya maipagmalaki siya ng mga kamag-anak ng magulang niya. Kasi pure Pilipino siya, si Gian Santo. At nanay niya, tatay niya parang Pilipino pero nag-migrate sa Amerika. Pero naiwan yung mga kamag-anak dito, mga relatives. So umuwi siya, ma-meet niya yung mga kamag-anak niya, mga taga-Pampanga doon sa tryouts. At talagang in-embrace lang niya na Pilipino kasi ako. That's why I want to represent the Philippines at least once in my life. But he's been actually doing the junior swimming tryout. And he's also a champion in America for the US. So he came to the Philippines to do that. Tapos, nung sinusundan namin yun, yung nangyayari na yung tryouts niya, aba, lumabas siya ang #1 outstanding swimmer of the entire run ng swimming tryouts. Tapos sa kanya yung mga gold, ang dami niya. Tumuwi siya ng Amerika na so proud of his heritage, so proud to have met his kababayan and mga kamag-anak. At dala-dala niya yun. Freshman na siya ngayon. Nag-aaral siya maging doktor na may kinalaman sa brain surgery. But nakalusot siya. Pasok siya sa Philippine Swimming National Team. So we'll see him again very soon when the swimming competitions start on the way to the Olympics, Asian Games, etc. Yung mga ganung klaseng kwento na may puso, that was so inspiring for us. And he was so thankful that we gave him a platform to speak to the country about the little thing. He thinks it's a little thing that he's trying to do, represent his heritage. Kasi yung kwentong yun, yung Good News Pilipinas kasi, ang strength niya talaga, yung Filipino diaspora. Kasi di ba, we were trying to come up with stories, coming from the Philippines, things, not all things that are happening in the Philippines are bad. There are good things happening here. And in fact, there are way huge things happening to Filipinos around the world, not only in the Philippines. So yung mga storya ng ganun na umuuwi at lalong na-embrace, parang si Olivia Rodrigo lang, di ba? Nakarating sa Pilipinas, binigyan ng magkano yung one ticket price for all and, embrace our heritage. That, pumps off our Filipino pride. Sana okay yung sagot ko.
I have no further questions. Thank you so much, Ms. Balibay. Thank you po.
Maraming salamat po, mga taga-Perpe. Thank you.
Next, we have Mr. Jeric Bonzon, Faculty AB Communication Arts, CAS from Our Lady of Fatima University, Pampanga.
Greetings.
Hello, Sir Jeric. Magandang hapon.
Hello po. So, ayun po, I would like to congratulate you po dun sa napaka-comprehensive niyo pong presentation. Sige. And my question
Teacher
is...
mode.
question ko lang naman po is, what tips can you give to those students or to those publications po na nagsa-struggle pa na i-build yung credibility nila? Ayan.
We're talking about student publications na meron, assuming na ako kasi most student publications are on paper pa rin, di ba? So marami na nagpipivot na magkakaroon siya ng online version. In terms of credibility, alam ko yan. When students approach, for example, I was a talent manager in my past life. I was a talent manager for celebrity singers in my past life. Pag lumalapit sa amin mga estudyante na gusto mag-interview, ang tanong agad namin ay anong iikutan ng mga tanong niyan. Tapos ako, chine-check ko agad, what kind of questions did you prepare? Siguro itong tip ko. Pag ikayo po, magre-raise kayo ng credibility nyo, pag nag-send kayo ng mga tao, and student publication send out people to interview known personalities, you make sure that the questions you prepared are worthy of the 5 minutes or 15 minutes or 30 minutes that the personality will give you. And so that only means you do background research na, di ba? So questions na kaya mo na namang kunin ang sagot mula sa bio niya, filmography niya, sa kanyang mga shows, etc. Huwag mo na po itanong. Gandahan niyo yung tanong niyo, yung tipong mapaisip siya na, uy, hindi pa ako natanong nito or Miss Universe type of beauty pageant kind of question na talagang mapapaisip ka talaga ng gano'n. Ganong klase. Kasi that way, when a student approaches yung, halimbawa, isang senator, tatanong siya ng ganong question, magkakaroon ng impression. Pag maganda yung tanungan at yung kanilang conversation at interview, magkakaroon ng impression na maganda. Ano no, kakalat yung reputation ng estudyante na yun na worth na time to give. Tapos, yung estudyante, part ng isang student publication. Eh di yung student publication, damay doon sa gumagandang reputation. Parang, it has to be a concerted effort na ganun. Ganun tayo dapat. Yung kahit estudyante pa, this is what I was always telling my students back in the Saldasma, kahit estudyante ka pa, act like a journalist na, professional ka na. Hindi ka pwedeng sinuspoon feed ng, parang yung hindi ka on time, hindi maayos ang itsura mo, hindi ka handa ng mga tanong mo, hindi pwede yun. Hindi pwede excuse na estudyante ka. Pag ikaw pumasok po sa larangan ng media and communication na, dapat ang tayo mo, pag kumarap ka sa ibang tao, kahit estudyante ka pa, para kang professional na. And that's, how you can bring your personal reputation higher and bit mo organization mo, campus radio man yan, o kaya newspaper man yan, yun. Tapos, in terms of, siguro technical na lang, well, dati, sabi nila dapat bantayan mo kung anong nilalabas mo sa internet. This is also one thing I keep telling my students. Whatever you put out there will be there permanently. Masi-screenshot yan, mada-download yan. So you better make sure what you're saying online is something that you can stand by. Kung tirampikon ka lang, kung nagtutroll ka lang, kung kemi-kemi ka lang ganyan, medyo ingat ka. Kaya uso ngayon nagla-lock ng profile, no? Nagla-lock ng profile sa X, saka sa FB, natatawa ako noon. Yung mga interns namin, sabi ko, oy, you have to use your X or your Facebook at the very least to report, real-time reports, and then we embed that in your article. Ito mga sistema ng mga interns namin. Hindi naman lahat, no? Gawa na panibagong X account. Gawa na panibagong FB account. Sabi ko, bakit? Siguro may mga sinasabi kayo at nilalabas kayo dun ng mga hindi nyo mapanindigan, no? But the warning is very real, no? When we teach online multimedia journalism, whatever you put out there, mahahanap yan ng future employers nyo, future empleyado nyo, future asawa nyo, jowa nyo, anak nyo, makikita yan because it's online. So you better make sure what's out there that you put out there as your authored and your piece, you will stand by to the rest of your days. Ganon. Nung bata ako, hindi pa issue yan eh. Kasi pwedeng masunog yung mga di ba? Yung mga print publication. Tapos yung audio file, hindi naman nire-record. Pero ngayon pa dahil nasa internet na waging-wagi talaga, kaya kang sundan. Ikaw yung paper trail. Yun po. I hope that helps. I miss teaching. I miss teaching, Sir Jerry. I do. Mag-ano lang ako. Willing akong mag-guest teacher pero online. Malayong lugar niya. Hindi ko kaya puntahan. Yes, Miss Tony.
Okay. Next, we have Assistant Professor Joanna Marie S. de los Reyes, Faculty School of Arts and Sciences from National University, Fairview.
Ooh, hello, and you. Makikita tayo sa UAAP ba? Ganun. Makikita ba tayo sa UAAP? Go, and you.
Ayan, am I audible? I'm not sure. Am I
can
audible?
hear you.
Yes,
we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Hi, Miss Angie. I heard that you are willing to do part-time, yun nga lang online, no? Maybe we can invite you as to speak in one of our occasions.
Sure. Recorded to, no? Walang atrasan. O, sa pag-online niya, mabilis yan kasi just time, between publishing. Yun nga lang pag may physical na pupunta. I'm available. So, hey, I'm gonna speak before NU students. Good, let's go. Ayan ang aking personal contact. You can QR code, scan lang yan.
Okay,
But you can also email me, editor@goodnewspilipinas.com.
Okay, thank you so much, Angie. Now, actually, while listening to your story about goodnewsfilipinas.com, I reflected when it comes to the sustainability and monetization aspect of the news agency. And I've heard that you leverage on the investor sponsorships, right, a while ago. And as we all know, many organizations really struggle when it comes to generate revenue while staying true to their mission, and that is to share uplifting stories. No? And somehow that raises important question about the business model that this kind of initiative needs. No, now I'd like to know, no, how do sponsorships or investors or partnerships impact the editorial independence of Good News Pilipinas? Kumbaga, are there any safeguards in place to ensure that the content remains unbiased and focused when it comes to good news? Or are there times that you need to turn down partnerships because of, because of that?
Yes, and yes. Lahat ni yes, lahat ni yes. Okay, first thing now, when we opened ourselves to advertising, because when you go to the goodnewspilipinas.com website, Google Ads is there, placing so much stuff. Wala na kaming control doon kung ano yung nilalagay niya, except for we say no politics, no religion, no gambling, no porn, yung mga ganon. Kasi sa Google AdSense kasi, when Google likes your site, they offer it to you and they will send you ads, and that gives us monthly revenue. Now, we also do our marketing team, very recent addition. Imagine, 18 years. Last year lang po kami nagseryoso na magkaroon ng marketing team. One-man marketing team pa si Marco. Nag-iisa siya. But everybody else pitches in. Ang ginagawa niya, nag-identify kami as a team, itong mga brands na to na nasa Pilipinas or merong business sa Pilipinas, ito lang ang willing tayong makatrabaho. Kasi pili talaga. Hindi kami nag-open sa maramihan. Wala kaming call na, we're willing to accept advertisement. Inisa-isa namin, tapos merong referral talaga that these are the brands that we're willing to work with. So, isang filter na yun. Meron kaming funnel. Tapos, sa mga storya nila na binibigay, meron kami limit. Once a week. Kung ang deal with them is once a week lang. Kahit magpadala pa sila ng 5 press release na gusto nila i-publish lahat, isa lang ang papatulang ko noon. Kasi ganito yung math, yung formula namin. On a daily news grind, at the most ay, kung 4 yung storya na ilalabas namin for the day, isa lang yung galing sa isang brand sponsor. Kasi it has to be more than majority, 75%, mas malaki yung aming legit, originally sourced good stories. Kasi that's how we stay true to our calling. Tapos naman, malalaman naman ng mga tao yun, na yung storya ay galing sa brand, kasi makikita yun na sa good brand partner sila, may ad sila. Plus, we also make sure yung binibigay nilang press release, meron din kaming filter. Kasi sabi ko nga, papadala ng 5 advertisement si Toyota, gano'n yung masipag. Napadala siya ng gano'n. Maraming tungkol sa mga binibenta nilang kotse. Pero meron silang tungkol sa sustainability efforts on how to properly dispose for retiring na kotse. Ayun ang papatulan namin. Doon, nakatingin kami doon sa legitimately good narrating storya. And it works with the rest of our stories. Hindi siya lumalayo doon. Yes din doon sa tumatanggi kami, maraming press releases na dumadating sa amin. Especially since the pandemic, we sort of opened ourselves na tumatanggap pa ng press releases. Kasi hindi kami makalabas, di ba, to get stories. So what we did, patulan natin yung mga pinapadala sa editor email natin. Let's see if we can use some. So, nung lalo na manalo kami ng best publication this year, talaga naman yung inbox namin, umiiyak na yung website administrator namin. Ma'am, nasa 10,000 na yun, pwede bang bawasan natin na maging 100 lang? Kasi talagang gano'n. So, 99% tinatapon namin. Kasi parang, masyado kayong sugod na binibenta nyo sarili nyo. And we look for stories that really matter to Filipinos in the Philippines and around the world. So, that's our coping way. Kailangan ko na pala ng assistant. Kasi sa dinami-dami ng laman doon, yun, ganon. So parang pili. So my day starts like 3 or 4 in the morning, and I talk to Rico Hizon and say, these are the stories that look promising for today or this week. And he says, yes to this, yes to that. And we figure out ano ang tamang headlining. And then I further clean it up. And then I assign it to people. Pag may event na pwedeng puntahan, magki-clearing din kami ni Rico, tapos papasok yung sinong gusto, ganyan. Or I myself go there sometimes. Tapos pag may interns kami, ito masaya. Yung interns mismo, ang pinapa-represent namin sa Good News Pilipinas. Pero masaya yun. It's of course, piniprep yung estudyante, but it's a nice experience overall. Lumampas na tatanong mo, ang sagot ko, ma'am. Okay. Yan, ganyan ako kadaldal. Thank you po, Miss Tony.
Mag-i-intern na rin ako sa inyo, Miss Balibay. Kami ni Assistant Professor Joanna. Okay, so we have 2 more panelists, and we will proceed with Miss Mary Yol Apple D. Ruedas, Program Chair, BA Communication from Occidental Mindoro State College. Good afternoon po, ma'am.
Good afternoon po. Yes, ma'am.
Hapon po, Miss
hapon po. I'm interested in Occidental Mindoro State College to invite you as one of our online po.
QR code. Email niyo lang po ako, editor@goodnewsfilipinas.com.
Yes, ma'am. So kanina po, ma'am, na-mention niyo po na every story has power, no? Doon po ako magtatanong kasi curious ako on how do you measure the impact of your stories po? Lalo na yung mga positive stories nyo sa community. Ano pong measurement nyo ng impact?
Okay. That's a good question po. And that was actually a question asked us by the Anvil Awards. Paano nyo na ma-measure yung impact nyo? And sumagot kami ng bonggang-bongga kaya nanalo kami over the other media publications. Ang pinakamabilis, we look at the messages to us on social and on email coming from trace na totoong mga tao, hindi troll. We also look at the comment sections. For example, nung maglabas kami ng Good Governance series last year yon nung barangay election. So we had an intern from Lasal, Manila, Summer Sanares. Naglabas siya ng isang series, 4 stories on good governance, looking at anong ginagawa ng isang munisipyo, isang provincial government, isang congressional platform, at hanggang barangay. Tinignan niya yung lahat. Tapos nag-highlight kami ng mga storyang magaganda coming from there. Tapos sa comment section at sa mga yung gano'n yung impact siya, may mga nagpapatunay na totoo, ginawa nga talaga ng barangay namin yan, at we're very thankful na ginawa niya. Yung gano'n ba? Yung parang everything's on social media now, and so we do take it seriously yung mga comments doon sa social media ng goodnewspilipinas.com. Kung nasa Facebook man, Instagram, X1 yan, kahit hanggang LinkedIn, gano'n, pwede YouTube. We take that, we take note of it, and that's what we did. We screenshot. Kagaya ng kanina pinadala ko, yung mga screenshot ng mga messages sa amin ng magulang, ng mismong tao that we covered, at yung mga pasasalamat nila at kanilang papatunay that it is working. We also answered Anvil the way ng virality. We showed the stats of the stories na mga nag-viral, umabot ng mga million, 500,000 ng mga views within its run for less than a year. And pag nag-viral na ganun yun, it somehow reaches, the people that they need to inspire, yung mga ganung kwento. And again, I have to say, ang pinaka nagdala sa amin sa Anvil noong award namin this year, uh, siguro mga 30% of it were school stories. Ang lakas-lakas lang. I don't know because dahil siguro teacher ako at yung mga kasama ko sa Good News Pilipinas ay mga dating estudyante, bukod kay Rico Hison, na taga Lasal, Manila, mga dating estudyante na I work with. Journalist talaga sila. They work, outside Good News Pilipinas and they still work with Good News Pilipinas habang nangyayari yon. So yung aming, I suppose yung aming lens, marami kaming story na may kinalaman sa schools, technology ng school, milestones ng school, student interest story, teacher interest story, ganyan. And we're happy with that. We're happy in impacting specific sectors kahit hindi lahat. We're also huge on MSMEs. We love supporting. It's our mission, supporting startups, because we believe na, the way out of the economic mess we're in is to get, Filipinos to be entrepreneurs instead of being empleyado. Set up your own businesses, people, Pilipinas. Mag-ipon kayo, Pilipinas, mga ganun ang aming panawagan para sabay-sabay tayong umangat. So, marami po. For other questions on how we check our impact, please call the Anvil Awards. Hindi, biro lang. Ganun. Yun po. Maraming salamat.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Okay. Looking forward to hear from you po.
And for our last panelist, we have Miss Eliza Camille Azanza, Faculty BA Communication from Colegio de San Juan de Letran, Calamba.
Uy, hello!
Hello po.
Hello, Letran! Ganon, hello, Letran.
Hello po. So for my question, how does Good News Filipinas strike a balance between reporting good news and still showcasing the critical issues of our country?
Uy, thank you. Yan ang beauty pageant question na hinihintay ko. Thank you, ma'am. Ganon. Very, very clear. Itong panahon ng Christine typhoon, ang nilabas namin, ang kanauna namin storya na nilabas after it is how to send help to Bicol. Diba? Bicol was the unang tinamaan at talagang grabing devastation. And our pivoting, kapag may ganong crisis, how to help, lagi. We do not, at tapos sa loob ng storya ng how to help, nandun yung details ng ano yung nangyari, saan nangyari, ilang buhay ang na-impact, but here's how to help. Naglalagay kami agad ng solusyon. We acknowledge that. We do, it's our public PSA, it's our public service announcement mode mission. Pag panahon ng election, we do the same thing, kahit masakit sa ulo. We say, this is how to register to vote. Ganon. This is how to find your precinct. This is, pag may usapin ng national ID, this is how to track your national ID, ganon. So, kung may PSA din po kami, yung mga humi-headline na ganon. We acknowledge within the stories, and when we do story conferences, when we pick stories, we acknowledge these are stories that are very important to Filipinos right now. And we find a way to provide a solution, sort of, recommend a solution. So, hindi naman kami makapag-propose na magpunta ang mga tao doon sa mga devastated areas kasi it takes skill and training to actually rescue. So we ask people to legit and check na mga tumutulong pag merong rescue and relief operation. So, ganun ma'am ang way namin. Parang nung pandemic po, I have to say. Parang nung pandemic, di ba, lahat ng tao parang public health emergency ang mood. Sakit na mamatay to, kakasakit yun, kulang ng PPE. Ang solusyon namin, ilabas natin yung mga storya na innovations ng mga Pilipino na gumagawa ng mga PPE from bamboos. Gumagawa ng yung mga schools, gumagawa ng mga PPE na 3D printed. Ganon, para mabigyan ng supply yung mga doktor. Those are the kinds of stories we look for and publish. And we know the impact of that kasi eventually nagpapasalamat din yung mga tao na nalaman nila, ay, meron palang pwedeng ma-source na ganon from that and this and that organization or school. So, yun po. Bago pala ako magpaalam, I hope I answered your question po. Natsilip ko lang yung Q&A. Salamat sa mga naglagay. Ang sagot ko po, dalawa. Una, yes, GNP Academy mentorship is for free. Yeah, for free. You just need to sign up. We'll look at your answer and then we can schedule it. Tapos, number two, yes, we do give certificate. Salamat sa tanong. Yes, we do. And you can use it, ibalandra mo yung certificate na yun. Back to you, Tony.
All right, thank you for answering those questions sa ating Q&A. And that's it for our panel discussion. May I ask our panelists to turn on their cameras so that we can have a group virtual photo with Miss Angie Balibay. Okay.
Sino? Yeah, sino kumukuha ng picture niya? Smile.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Smile. All right. Again, thank you to our panelists. Yes, again, thank you to Miss Marienne Portal, Mr. Jeric Bonzon, Assistant Professor Joanna Marie de los Reyes, Miss Mariol Apple Ruedas, and Miss Eliza Camille Azanza. And of course, to our speaker, Miss Angie Quadra Balibay. Thank you so much for your time. And we hope we get to see you soon, face-to-face naman po, for our next convention.
Definitely.
Thank you po.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Edu Circle.